Hello, everyone. Well, it's winter time for a lot of our sisters in our 60Me community. We have women all around the world, but for the majority, we're into the winter months. And a lot of you are trying to make some plans for 2024, but make sure that they are affordable and fun and safe. I mean, I love to travel and I'm always looking for next opportunities. In fact, right now I'm sitting down thinking about mapping out my travel plans for 24, but I'm always looking for affordable travel. And I've got some ideas for you. Like, we all love to travel, don't we? I mean, in one way or another, we have the adventurous spirit. We want to explore new things, even if it's in our own town or our own neighborhood. We want to just enrich our lives with other people, other perspectives. This, at least I do. And many are looking to do things on a fixed income, a fixed budget. And so I've got some thoughts we might want to consider. I mean, there's ones that you might already be familiar with, like staycations, where you just make your own home your vacation destination, and do things, that are just fun. Like, go out to explore things in your own area that you would take your friends to if they came to visit, but you haven't gone there yourself. This happens so often. People will come to visit and then you say, let's go to the Botanic Gardens. I've never been there. And you've lived there for 30 years. Or, let's go to the restaurant, that serves whatever, Japanese food. Do we have a Japanese food restaurant in our town? There's things that you've not explored that you could, in your own town, you can do. So staycations, having a pampering holiday, go out into a dollar store and buy some facial masks and foot rubs and just do half a day of just pampering. Put on your favorite movie, some nice music. Make your life a celebration. Make each opportunity that you have for a celebration. The other thing is house shares. I've never done this because I don't think anybody would want to live in my one room apartment, but sharing your house. If you've got a house and you want to go to Bermuda for a holiday, there's all these different websites where you can put your own property on the up on the list and say, I will trade time in your apartment in these places I want to travel to, and it's all sort of secure, and maybe everyone's vetted and so on. And so it's an option. And then of course, just doing things in your own town, in your own home. Another thing you can do is go to budget-friendly destinations in your country. Now, in the United States, you've got so many national forests there and other sort of beautiful things in every state. You could just literally go to the next state and find 100 things to do. But the forest, if you're in the Western states, well, just all over the place, and there's a senior pass that you can get if you're 62 or older. So you can get this pass, which gives you, a bargain pricing on access to the national parks. Has anyone ever done that? Has anyone got that pass? Maybe you could tell us a bit about it. There's natural attractions in your own backyard. There's so many cool things that you just go online these days. I mean, if you go to either ChatGPT or one of the AI sites, and I know I do it all the time, and just say, I live in X city. Can you tell me any cool things I can do? And cultural or sporty, or you give the configuration of what you're looking for. So attractions in your own area, big way to save money and have fun, and enjoy giving money back to local small businesses in your area. Cultural hubs. There's places around the country that are really well. I'm talking about the United States now, because the 70% of our women are in the States. But just for a minute to talk about, there's places that are cultural hubs, and then there's lesser known places like I'm look at my list, like Santa Fe is not so well, it's well known, but it's not like a big, like huge San Francisco or something like that. It's actually smaller and more approachable. Asheville, I think North Carolina. Portland, I love Portland, and that's another place that's beautiful. A lot of these you can get to, by the way, by train, Seattle to Portland and so on. Really cool, and that can be very affordable. And yes, there are trains in the States. I know it's not as wide and expansive a network, but it is possible. Or you can drive. I mean, so everyone has a car, don't they, in the States, just about, or it has access to public transport. So Boise, Idaho, a friend of mine her son just moved there, and so she's been to visit and said it's gorgeous, but it's not such a well-known place. And also Providence, Rhode Island. Those are some of the ones that are a little less well known, a little less crowded, a little more affordable. Maybe you can give us some examples, places that you go that you know are affordable, but just not, they're not in the mainstream highlight, the spotlight. They're actually the smaller places. Also, you've got places that are like beach cities or really famous, well-known places in the summer that are just affordable in the winter months. So we're talking about winter escapes here. You can go to Cape Cod or Bar Harbor. I love Bar Harbor. I have such a fond memory of some people there that we used to go visit. San Diego, Lake Tahoe, all these places in the winter months are not so crowded, and therefore you can get bargains. And this also applies to Europe. But I know that not so many of you are living in Europe, but I'm traveling in a few days to Budapest and Krakow, Hungary and Poland. And both of those places are incredibly affordable. Like the hotels are half the price in the winter months. And there's something about traveling. I'm going by train, my Interrail train. I'll tell you the long story later. But anyway, yes, it's another place to go, and look for bargains in those places that are off season. Another thing is to go to places that are off season, like Greece. I went to Greece last year on a cruise. It was a Viking cruise, but it was beautiful, and it was in February. It snowed in February on the cruise. When we got to Athens, it was snowing. And then when we got to Santorini, it was gorgeous. The weather was beautiful, but there was nobody there. I had been to Santorini many times, and in the summer months, you literally cannot walk. You are in a line of people walking. But this was just like spacious and beautiful. I'm actually looking to do another Greece trip in February this year because it's just so beautiful. It's just incredible, in my opinion. Another thing to think about are budget trains and airlines. I got the EasyJet notes the other day, that super 35-pound trips to Scotland, all kinds of really affordable, if you like plane travel. There's lots of budget lines in the States as well, and other parts of the world. But you also look for passes like the Interrail pass, which I'm going to be telling you about in upcoming videos, because I have an Interrail pass I've used some of it already, and I'm now going to go to Eastern Europe, but they are super affordable. And if you like trains, I don't know whether do they work in the States? I know there's Interrail and then there's Eurail. And I think there is a comparable thing in the States, but train passes can be really, really good if you have to check them out. Don't forget to ask if there's a senior discount. I'm serious. Because a lot can make a big difference, and people just don't want to ask, but I always ask, and I always smile, especially if the person's a little older too. They get it. They don't mind saying yes or no. Art museums, places like that, always ask for the senior discount. Another thing to do is affordable eating experiences. Local markets, local events and restaurants that use local produce from local markets, authentic budget dining options. They're everywhere. Go and check them out, but don't be embarrassed by wanting to save money. Do it on a budget. This is what's really important. And in the winter, there's nothing like going to a place where they have nice warm soup or casserole or pizza or something that's really warm and soothing, and soups. I love hot soups with crunchy bread, and that's kind of a really lovely thing to do too. I mentioned staycations, lots of local resorts and short trips you can take. So I think these are, I don't know if I've got any more that off the top of my head, but home swaps. Don't forget hostels and guest houses. Now, I know in the summer months, going to a hostel seems like just going to the zoo, because there's lots of people from all over the place and they're all noisy and it's like crazy. But if you go to the hostels in the winter months, you actually sometimes get the whole room to yourself, or you can get rooms with just 4 people. I did one in Copenhagen once that was called, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was hotel. Anyway, Urban House. I know it would come around to my brain in a second. Urban House, and it was a gorgeous accommodation. I was in there with 6 women, girls that are young, and it was fantastic. So if you can get over the thing about hostels, I really think that they're worth, and they're certainly bargain. You're talking $25, $30 or pounds a night. Always also ask for female-friendly accommodation. I actually found one in Hamburg that was for women only, and I actually am going to be in Hamburg later this year, and I looked online and they're already booked up. So that's that was going to be in June. So yeah, make sure that you get in there early. But I think I've given you some tips, and the tips actually that I think to remember are: start early to plan. Don't forget your travel insurance. Work with a travel agent. They're not usually charging anything unless they're doing like a group tour of some kind, but they don't charge. You can benefit from their services, and they will help you. Dream big. I think of something you really want to do, and then figure out how to do it affordably. Lots of groups. I wanted to mention a few of them because there's some that I've used and can recommend, others that I've read about. Journeywoman, I've never traveled with Journeywoman, but they do promote a lot for older women, and I trusted Evelyn Hannon and her team, and it's now in new hands, but I think that's a really good one. Road Scholar, brilliant. Do it. It's amazing. I've done, I think, 3 Road Scholar trips, and they've all been remarkable. Oats. I'm going to be doing a trip with Oats this year, OATS. I'm so excited. It's going to be really, really fun. So then the other one is Women Travel the World. My Itchy Feet is one, my Itchy Feet. My Itchy Travel, that's the name of the group. And let's see, We Are Travel Girls. They do some really cool things, videos and stuff online. But those are just some ideas for you to consider. Wanderlust in the winter. It's a thing that you can deal with, that you can plan, you can enjoy. And if you have any great suggestions, please put them in the comments section below, okay? And we can all learn from your experiences and your knowledge. Honestly, I would appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Well, take good care. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do so. I'm trying to get to 250,000 by the end of this year, 24. That would be wonderful. But it's just a silly thing to strive for. But you will enjoy the videos. I do 4 every week. They're all different: travel, makeup, relationships, wellness, health, money, lifestyle, all kinds of stuff. So you're welcome always here, but you subscribe and you can join up. And also, don't forget our Patreon supporters group. I really would appreciate anyone that's interested in joining us. We do 2 live shows every week. And also we do, people are getting together, like, meeting in person in their neighborhoods, in their states. It's really fun to see. So women joining up and connecting. It's a much smaller, intimate group. Okay, everybody, well, have a fabulous day wherever you are. Take good care. Know that you're loved and respected, and I appreciate you here so much. Take care.